Welcome back to my channel. So today's topic of the day is Gefforey Chaucer. Okay, before we begin, this whole presentation is not very decorated. Like itna wo nahi hai. It's very short, and just I have kept the main points that are needed to be known. Bas utna hi hai. Without any further delay, let's begin. So first we begin with the background and significance, but before that you can say that Chaucer ka timeline was between 1340s to 1400. He was also known as the father of English literature. Okay, and for important note you can note down that is a French word chaucher means shoemaker. He was also known as the father of English poetry. Geoffrey Chaucer is often called the father of English poetry and is one of the first writers to demonstrate the literary potential of the English language. Chaucer wrote in Middle English, bridging the gap between Anglo-Saxon and modern English. Career-wise, besides being a poet, Chaucer held various governmental positions which influenced his writing. Next is his major works. ये important है. This can also be used for your NET UGC. The Canterbury Tales. The structure that first it was decided कि 120 stories में लिखना था, but then it just came to 24 stories. A collection of 24 stories written in verse and prose, presented as a part of storytelling contest by a group of pilgrims on their way to Canterbury. You can focus ये पूरा 24 stories में on the Knight's Tale, the Miller's Tale, the Wife of Bath's Tale, the Pardoner's Tale, and the Nun Priest's Tale. This Knight's Tale is based on John Hawkwood, someone Chaucer met on his trip to Italy. The themes of Canterbury Tale is social satire, the critic of the church, and the exploration of different aspects of human nature. His second famous work is Troilus and Cressida, a tragic love story set during the Trojan War. It's considered one of the Chaucer's major works and showcases his use of rhyme royal. So Chaucer was the first person who used rhyme royal. He also used iambic pentameter in his work. The third is the Book of Duchess. Now, the Book of Duchess is written for his friend John of Gaunt or Duke of Lancaster after the death of his wife. The Book of Duchess is an early work often seen as an elegy for Blanche of Lancaster. Then the other work is The House of Fame, a dream vision poem that explores themes of fame and the nature of poetry. And the last one which I have mentioned here is Parliament of Fowls, another dream vision. This poem is associated with themes of love and nature. Next we move on to the literary style and contribution that Chaucer gave. He used iambic pentameter in English verse, characterization known for creating complex and realistic characters, particularly in the Canterbury Tales, as we can see in the 24 stories. But I don't think you have to keep in mind, ek bar if you read the whole poetry, Canterbury Tales would be good, but then the key tales that you have to focus is the Knight's Tale, the Miller's Tale, the Wife of Bath's Tale, the Pardoner's Tale, and the Nun Priest's Tale. Satire and irony. Chaucer frequently used satire to critique the societal norms and institutions of his time, especially the church. Narrative techniques employs a variety of narrative voices, often unreliable, adding depth to the storytelling. Next, we go to the historical context. And so, 14th century England, understanding the social, political, and religious landscape of Chaucer's time, such as the influence of church, the Black Death, and the peasants' revolt, is crucial. Yes, you have to keep in mind. This can come for your PYQs during your NET. The Great Schism and the critique of the church. Chaucer's work reflect the growing discontent with corruption in the church, critical reception and influence. Impact of later writers. Chaucer influenced many of the writers, including Edmund Spenser, William Shakespeare, John Milton, and even John Dryden. Feminist readings, the work where it was critiqued is The Wife of Bath. Character in Canterbury's Tale had been a focal point for the feminist literary criticism. And Chaucer's language and style, Middle English. Familiarize yourself with the pronunciation and vocabulary of Middle English. These things you have to keep in mind because it can be useful during your exam. You have to understand the original language and the meter and the rhyme play and the wordplay they used. Chaucer used all of the devices to add layers to his tales. So Chaucer died in 1400, and he was buried in Westminster Abbey in the Poets' Corner. He was the first poet to be buried there, but before him, in 1599, Edmund Spenser died, and after Edmund Spenser, this trend was started. So the other poems of his noted you can note down is Fortune, Enilda and Arset, and House of Fame. आई होप ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आया. प्लीज़ लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. दिस वीडियो इज़ नॉट वेरी creative, or आप बोल सकते हैं decorative. It's very simple and I've kept only important things so that you can just go through, because during your net exams you don't have the time to read all English all in details. So you just need एकदम छोटा points to be jotted and noted down, and this was what I was looking for. So I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe.